So, you know, and that's a part of the, you know, the computer modeling is a computer is dead. It's not alive. But your system that you're trying to model for is a living system. And if you know, it's like a woman. You can kind of think this is what she's going to do because you knew you were married to her for 30 years and you kind of have an idea how she's going to react. But sometimes she's just like, you never really know, but you kind of think that's what she's going to do. That's nature.
Yeah. I'm man enough to admit I'll never know what a woman's thinking.
And sometimes I don't think the women know either. You know?
Oh, that makes two of us. Thank you so much,
And
Betty.
I'm a woman, I can say that. But that's how I understand it. Like the model isn't, you know, just because you see all of this, it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. And then sometimes people are surprised. Oh yeah, we built this project, we designed it, and when we actually put it into practice, opened it and got it operational, it did something we didn't even expect. You know, something totally different happened because you can't model for that. You know, it's like your best guesstimate.
And this is worth protecting, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's so, you know, when I come out here, I'm like, how can people not see the value in all this? How is these alligators' lives not as important? You know, I know they're more important than mine. Because they do so much more for the ecosystem than I do. And the fish that we saw in the water. And how the two-legged animal cannot see the value in the cocoa palm trees, the cypress trees, the moss. I mean, you know, it's just because it's not making you money doesn't mean it doesn't have value.
Yeah.
You can't put a price tag on it.
No.
You wouldn't even have enough money.
No.
Because once it's gone, it's gone.
We're losing it so fast right now. It's scary.
And I would hope, in order to get the future generations reconnected, because not just my ancestors, but everyone's ancestors were more aware of, because they lived off the land, everybody. And they were more connected and more dependent for their life on the land. But people have gotten so disconnected and living in a dead system of computers and buildings and dead highways and dead cars that they don't understand, and they haven't developed that affinity and affection for the natural environment. Because for my people, you hurt the land, we hurt too. We feel it. We feel its pain.
Absolutely.
That's how close that connection
Absolutely.
is. But if you have a people that haven't had that opportunity, no matter what happens, they don't have that affinity and connection for it. So, you know, the future generations need the opportunity to regardless of where they are in the world, to have that opportunity, whatever education they're getting, is to incorporate the natural world as a part of that education. I could have my classroom out here and teach reading, writing, arithmetic,
absolutely,
and
they'd learn it better
right out here.
You know, that's why what you're saying in a nutshell, that's why I've always said to Florida, we don't have a science problem, we have a heart problem.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lack of love problem. You know, we've gotten so disconnected. Even though that internet and social media makes us so connected, we're so unconnected. You know, and it doesn't matter what culture you come from, you know, we're all connected by water. You know, and that's what's kind of brought us all together. And we need to hold that connection true. You know, it's what, you know, my people call finding your center. You know, and when you find your center, you got to remember to keep it. You know, you're the center of the universe wherever we go, but not in a selfish, egotistical way. You know, so I think it's so important if people can just connect back to that natural world again. You know, I've never taken anyone with me that didn't change. I've never spoken to someone that didn't get impacted by that. And if you just stop your day long enough to come out here and book a trip with Grandmother Betty, you know, I mean, she'll change your life, you know, and it's these critters changing the life.
Yeah,
you just tell their story. Yeah, you just tell their story for them. You know, and it's something that, like you said, if we lose it, we'll never get it back. There's only one Everglades in the whole world. You know, I was telling Jacob this on the way. You know, there's only one Everglades in the whole world, and we can't afford to mess it up.
And you know, They call it America's Everglades, and I don't agree with that because it belongs to the entire world.
It's Earth's Everglades.
It's Mother Earth's Everglades. It's not America's Everglades, and America is supposed to be a steward for it, but they're a very bad steward, very poor, and they could do much better. It's like the Everglades isn't a hashtag or a promotion for tourism. It's a living system, and she should be valued for what she is. And yeah, Florida wants to say, oh yeah, come to Florida because we got the natural springs, we got the manatee, we got alligators, we got the Florida Everglades, we got the parks, but
Exploit them.
yes, they do.
They forget to feed them when they're done. It's when you got a good hunting dog, you don't forget to just feed them when you get done hunting.
And that's what people don't understand is you have to take care. We were put on this part. We're a part of this natural system. Our purpose is to be the guardian of it, to be its protector, to be warriors for it, to take care of it. And when I say warrior, a warrior isn't about going out and killing and maiming. For us, a warrior is the... Look at that.
Wow.
A warrior is the one that fosters life and protects and defends and provides for that life. But today, a warrior is perverted.
Yeah.
And even some of our, indigenous people and many tribes don't know the true meaning of a warrior. The hardest thing that you can do is to remain calm and have an open heart in the face of adversity and danger. It's easy to get angry. It's easy to kill something. But it's much harder to foster life and promote life. It's the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. So a true warrior understands that. Yes, would there ever be a point in time, like if that alligator tried to attack you, yes, would I, defend you from that alligator? Yes, because I'm put in that situation to defend and protect. But, if you're in any system, are you going to stand up in its defense? Yes, but it's always it needs to take a lot to create that anger and to do the best you can without giving in to that anger.
Still.
And just let it go to diffuse it. And if you're ever been through that kind of mindset growing up, because my late mother always talked about, because she was raised a lot more by her grandparents, and her grandparents came from that off the Seminole Wars, and she was always trained that way of survival, but also understanding and living with the land, but also if it ever came to that time that you had to defend yourself or seek shelter in the environment, you had all those skills to use it when you had it. But today, you have soldiers, you have this, and instead of them being trained to defend when that time is necessary to preserve that life, they're sent abroad to conquer. Which for indigenous people, my people, I can't talk for all indigenous people. For my people, that's not what it means to be a warrior.
No. Neither with mine. I always tell the children that being a warrior isn't about strength or wisdom. Being a warrior is about learning how to cry.
Yeah.
Because when we cry, we gain compassion. And through compassion, we gain the ultimate virtue, humility.
Yep.
And learn to care for one another. We're all related. Special.
Yep.
Thank you.